Emissions are rising in China, are rising in Germany, and probably will start rising again in America. So the world leadership class is sound asleep, and the threat of nuclear annihilation and climate disruption on a permanent basis looms. And therefore, it is time for new leaders to rise up and make the case and mobilize the people for what needs to be done. But what needs to be done is unprecedented, and therein lies the dilemma where we are today. Well, the trouble is, if you want to run for president, you got to be on the East Coast. You got to have a lot of rich friends. You got to cultivate the establishment. I think there are a lot of solutions that have to be pursued. They all cost money. They're all going to be difficult politically. They're probably slow to come. And on top of all that, we still have to do everything we can to reduce carbon emissions, because the threats are mounting. And you're going to see more fires, I believe, in the next 5 to 10 years. Not in 2050, but in 2025 and 2030. California, in some sense, is burning up.
Whose most recent book is The Browns of California, the family dynasty that transformed a state and shaped a nation.
I think people really need to personally figure out how they could handle a fire that is unlikely but possible. And then, of course, from a government point of view, we need proper zoning, and the state should make that should make the dangers very clear. I don't think the governments lay out for people the stark warning: you may die in this particular environment. On the other hand, the Democrats are a big tent with many different points of view. Having said all that, I think there will be a tendency to pass too many laws and spend too much money. And I would say the governor is going to have to correct that, but he won't be able to correct it all, because in order to govern, he's got to please some of these groups enough of the time to still be viable as a political leader.
Works? And I mean, obviously it works, but
well, it works to create what we got. Look, it's not the skin color. It's who's the right person with the right set of qualities to lead the nation. And that can be a man or a woman, can be someone of other background other than what we've seen for most of our history. But at the end of the day, whoever the person is, he has to be a unifying figure. We don't need any more divisiveness.